All right. Hey, to I'm Lucky, and today's news video is a very spicy one, okay? We have some potential leaks and some insider information into the new IP that Bungie is developing, and the gameplay you see behind me is not exactly the game that you were expecting, now was it? The game is called Marathon, which is one of Bungie's earliest projects. This is actually predating Halo, and there's a chance that they might be remaking it and making a sort of Escape from Tarkov version of this game in the background behind me. So let's go ahead and read this article here. It's from Insider Gaming. It is titled Bungie Set to Revive the Marathon Series in a New Way. Okay. According to sources, Bungie is set to bring back the Marathon series with a new game that will be a 3-man squad extraction-based shooter, like Escape from Tarkov if you haven't played that game or heard of that game. The title is in pre-alpha state, sources said, but it could be announced at any point given the industry's competition for talent. Marathon takes place on a planet that was previously home to a human colony that vanished, with humans now sparse, using highly customization cyborgs called runners to gather loot, it was said. It's understood that the gameplay loop of Marathon is similar to most extraction-based shooters. Choose a mission, buy and choose your loadout, drop into the map, hunt for loot, and complete missions, and then extract safely. Just like with most extraction-based shooters, it's understood that you lose all of your loot if you're unfortunate enough to die, which it sounds like that hardcore mode that I've talked about for a long time, which is that it would be really cool, or it would be really interesting at least, if there was a Super Grandmasters, let's call it, inside Destiny 2, but if you die during Super Grandmasters, you lose everything on your character. But if you successfully beat that Super Grandmaster strike, whatever it may be, you get the craziest loot ever. I don't even know. Let's say you get armor that's base 75 stats or something, right? Continuing on the article we have here, which is an idea that I've proposed, but Bungie's never talked about. The game is intended to be the ultimate example of a living game, it was said. Seasonal rewards and progression will be a huge part of the game, which isn't surprising considering Bungie's success with the Destiny series and its live services. This will be the first non-Destiny title the studio has developed in over a decade. Marathon was first released in 1994. That might date you out there. Some of you were alive to see that game be released. Sound off in the comments if you were. With 2 sequels to the title coming in 1995 and 1996, the original title achieved around 200,000 units sold by 2002. In 2019, Bungie CEO Pete Parsons suggested in an IGN interview that the studio will have a new game by 2025. So by 2025, we have a pretty specific path to make sure we transform Destiny and that we have other franchises within the marketplace, Parsons said. In 2018, Bungie also filed for a trademark called Matter under video game software and electronic game services provided by means of the internet or other communication network. Bungie was contacted several times before the publication of this report, but did not respond. Bungie's PR agency was also contacted and acknowledged with the request, but did not respond. So Bungie is keeping this under wraps. They're not saying anything. They don't want to talk about their new IP just yet. They're not ready to release this information, but the leaks are rolling out. And as more and more leaks roll out, it's up to Bungie to decide whether or not they want the leaks to create the narrative for this game or whether or not they want to create the narrative. And of course, they want to control the narrative of the game. So we'll see probably an announcement pretty soon here, or maybe a little bit of a teaser. All right. Are you excited for Bungie to bring back Marathon? More details to come. So that's an article from Insider Gaming. Credit to them on that one. Very interesting. And I want to talk about this topic a little bit because we have heard quite a bit about the other game or the IP that they talked about, which was Matter, being trademarked by Bungie. And who knows if they will rename this to that. And I could definitely see Bungie loving the idea of remaking an old game that they had. I think that they would greatly enjoy that, especially they can utilize a variety of different assets. You know, don't tempt Bungie with reused content, right? We have seen recycled content rather a ton of times inside Destiny 2. So personally, I'm excited for this. I think that this is a good thing for Bungie to have another IP under their belt. I don't want to see Destiny get neglected. I know a lot of people have said that perhaps that's the reason why PvP has been so neglected, is because the PvP team at Bungie has been pushed over to this game and to this project, and that would largely make a lot of sense. This kind of, all the dots connect in my mind, but again, this is just leaks. This is just hearsay at this point in time. We don't have any confirmation, but if I had to give a rating of how legitimate this is, with all the different sources that are talking about this, I would say there's probably about an 8 out of 10 that this is actually, or at least on some capacity, what Bungie is working on to release in 2025. Could be wrong, but that's the way it seems in my opinion. Let me know if you agree or disagree. Let me know your thoughts about Bungie's new IP. And that's a wrap on this news story. Make sure to subscribe if you enjoyed. Smash the like button. See you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Later.